Two words, Lionel Messi. The story tonight at Citi Field, 2 goals, an assist, and a game where Inter Miami ultimately ran away with it. A 4-0 victory for the Herons as they punched their ticket to the postseason against New York City FC, a team that clinched their playoff berth back on Saturday. Well, we're here for post-game coverage on the New York City FC network presented by Etihad Airways. Etihad, a choice well made. I'm Eddie Kalegi. Tough break for New York City FC, winners of 3 straight coming in. They'd been rolling standout wins on this homestand. Of course, Julian Fernandez last Wednesday with the game winner to beat Columbus in stoppage time. Then Alonso Martinez sending New York City to the playoffs with a brace of his own back on Saturday against Charlotte. But a humbling for City as Inter Miami came to town. Lionel Messi brought a lot of fans with him, and the 38-year-old definitely still has it with a brace, an assist, and a team effort that gave Miami a victory. Their first ever road win over New York City FC, and the first time in the last 5 meetings that a team actually won a game between these two sides. That had been draws in each of the last 4 matchups, ended a 6-match unbeaten streak for New York City FC against Miami, and this was the first time in 3 meetings with City that Lionel Messi was actually able to score a goal. While running you through the story of this game, Pascal Janssen, he did switch up the 11 a bit. Alonso Martinez was dinged up in practice, was available off the bench, but didn't start. And both sides were pretty heavy on the offense early, trading early corners and shots during a high-tempo start to this match, but no truly substantive chances were generated. The Herons' first scoring opportunity came in the 10th minute as a Lionel Messi corner was nearly headed in by Maxi Falcone, but ended up right in the hands of Matt Freese. Moments later, Messi nearly put Miami on the board from distance.
The next touch, he goes wide right for Frey. Back to Messi. He'll take a long-range effort from 30 yards. And Matt Freese got a fingertip on it. Good thing by Freese. A low-driven shot by Messi.
Match got pretty physical after that, with quite a few fouls in succession and a yellow card against Matteo Silvetti. Agustin Ojeda had a breakaway leading to a corner in the 21st, and City had a prime chance moments later on a header from Thiago Martins.
Here comes Fernandez, Burkow, in swinger, far corner, headed, save! It was a free header by Thiago Martins. His 11th header in front of goal, still with no goals, but that one was on target. He hit it low, and it was a reaction save by Ustari.
8 minutes later, Nico Fernandez Mercado had a breakaway chance of his own, but missed wide of the far post, as NYCFC squandered a pair of prime scoring chances where they could have gotten ahead, and those ultimately proved very costly for City in the final result. Things settled for a bit from here with no shots registered by either side for 13 minutes, but things took a drastic shift right near the end of the first half.
But Messi gets it back. Here's a ball through to Rodriguez. He's in on goal. It's 1-0 Inter Miami. The assist, Lionel Messi, his 13th of the season. And Rodriguez, making his second start, scores his second goal.
Sergio Busquets set it up, got it over to Messi for his 13th assist, and then Baltazar Rodriguez hammering it home, his second goal of 2025 as the half closed with Miami in front. And Miami had the first chance of the second half. Matt Freese had to deny Luis Suarez as New York City looked to counter and equalize offensively. But nothing was really happening of substance in the first 15 minutes of the half, and Pascal Janssen decided, let's not waste any more time. He subbed in Alonso Martinez. Then he brought in Julian Fernandez. At this point, a couple of variables came into play in the match as well. The sodding at Citi Field started to provide some traction issues for some players. The rain started to fall. It was in the forecast, stayed dry through the first half, but then the skies opened up, and when they opened up, they really opened up, and the rain started to downpour in the 65th minute, which made generating offense even more difficult. But that was no issue for Lionel Messi, who ultimately made his mark in the match in a big way in the 72nd minute.
Oh, and here's an issue because now it's Allende through, and it's 2-0. It's Lionel Messi. He was the runner to get in behind, and Messi makes it 2-0. And Messi with a goal and an assist on the evening.
The 23rd goal of the season for the ageless star, most in the league, leading that Golden Boot challenge now. Off a second assist of the night from Sergio Busquets. A goal well worth it for the Messi fans who made the trip. As Glenn and Maddie mentioned in the broadcast, a lot of pink jerseys in the crowd in Flushing, but it was a disheartening concession from City's defense. Andres Pereira, Julian Fernandez, and Kevin O'Toole would attempt to fuel a City rally, but to no avail, as Inter Miami would quickly double its lead and add two more on a penalty kick from Luis Suarez after a yellow card on Justin Hack, and another strike from Lionel Messi 3 minutes later to seal the Herons' first ever road victory against New York City FC. 4-0 your final score. Well, taking a look at the stats, they don't look too egregious when you first look at the numbers. City actually led the way in possession. We're only outshot by 3, 12-9, but two big numbers stand out. One is shots on goal. Miami far more efficient with their shots and their chances. 8 shots on goal in 12 attempts. City only got 2 on frame in 9 tries, and then fouls. Very physical game, as we mentioned, but very sloppy in the second half. New York City accumulated 22 fouls in the 90 minutes, just 9 for Inter Miami. And with the victory, Miami able to jump up to 3rd in the Eastern Conference table. Well, looking elsewhere in Major League Soccer, just a 2-game Wednesday evening slate on this match day 36. Starting in about 40 minutes time north of the border at BC Place, it'll be the Vancouver Whitecaps playing host to the Portland Timbers. The Timbers enter play 7th in the West and can vault into the top 5 with a victory, while Vancouver can temporarily leapfrog San Diego FC for the top spot in the conference if they can secure 3 points of their own in a victory. While just 3 matches remain in the season for New York City FC, it'll be the Hudson River Derby on Saturday against the Red Bulls. Then they finish against first place in the Eastern Conference, Philadelphia, and then 5th place in the Western Conference, Seattle, to end their regular season in now what will be a get-right stretch for City over the next 3 games to kind of get back on track to what they were doing in these 3-game win streak and prove that tonight was an outlier. But taking a look at what the Eastern Conference table shakes out to be now, Philadelphia 2 points ahead of Cincinnati. With the win, Inter Miami officially postseason bound. They are now 3rd at 55 points. City tied with Charlotte at 53. They're 4th and 5th. Orlando City is 6th, Nashville in 7th, then Columbus and Chicago. And the Red Bulls trying to hang on to any sort of postseason chance. They have 43 points. They sit in 10th. Everybody else from New England on down has been eliminated. As we mentioned, Vancouver, a chance to jump to the top spot in the West tonight. They're 2 points back of San Diego FC, Minnesota 3rd, then LAFC, Seattle, Austin, Portland, Colorado, and FC Dallas. Well, a tough loss for New York City FC. They fall 4-0 your final score against Inter Miami at Citi Field. We'll be sending it back over to Flushing for final thoughts from Glenn Crooks and Matty Lawrence after this. I'm Eddie Kalegi, and this has been the City Soccer Postgame Report on the New York City FC Network, powered by Etihad Airways. Etihad, a choice well made.